Hello everyone, welcome. We're live, we're direct, we're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitch, we're on Mixcloud Live. It's Tuesday Tips Live with me, Phil Morse, here in the Digital DJ Tips studio. And this week we're talking about the one piece of software every DJ needs. And it's not your DJ software. You could be a DJ who uses vinyl. You could be a DJ who just uses USB drives on Denon or Pioneer gear. We're not talking about your DJ software here. Today, I'm going to tell you about that one piece of software that you need, that every DJ should have. No exceptions. So that's what this is about today. If you are new to all of this, I'm Phil Morse. I'm the founder of Digital DJ Tips, the biggest online DJ school in the world, and the person behind this book, Rock the Dance Floor, the #1 best-selling book over on Amazon on how to DJ. This is one of our free shows. We do it every Tuesday and every Thursday at 4 p.m. London, 11 a.m. Eastern, where I just share some knowledge, share some DJ tips, share some advice, basically get the goodness out to you guys and girls for free. As I said, we're on Facebook, we're on our Facebook group, Global DJ Network. If you're not in Global DJ Network, you really should be. Go there, sign up. It's the best group for DJs, bar none. We're also on the Digital DJ Tips Facebook page. We're also on our YouTube channel, our Twitch channel, and over on Mixcloud Live. Hello, Mixcloud family. So that's where you can find this show every Tuesday and Thursday. You can also find us, by the way, an hour later than now. Look at your watch, an hour later than now on a Sunday. So well done for Ben, our community manager, who did a great live stream on Sunday. I'll be doing one next week. So Sundays, weekends is about music, but in the week it's about teaching. Right, so that's enough about that. I want to get started now and put you out of your misery and tell you what the piece of software is, what the one piece of software is that you must have as a DJ. And it's this one. It looks highly boring, doesn't it? But it is a game changer. This is a wave editor, and the wave editor that all DJs use is called Audacity, A-U-D-A-C-I-T-Y. I say all DJs. All DJs use Audacity in the same way that all DJs use OBS to go live, right? And the reason is that it's free and it's open source and it just works, and it's been knocking around forever. So all DJs need a wave editor, and the one I'm recommending you go get if you haven't got one is this one here that's called Audacity. So what is a wave editor? Why do you need one? Well, a wave editor is a piece of software that will let you launch a music file and it will show it like a wave, as you can see there. Now, this is actually a DJ mix. This is an hour-long DJ mix, and it's showing the waveform, just like the waveforms in your DJ software. And it can let you do all kinds of things with the music file once you've loaded it. And this is when it becomes really clever. So I'm going to talk you through 5 things now that you can do with Audacity, indeed with any wave editor, that just mean it's a no-brainer for you. So the first thing is you can, what I call top and tail it, which means take off any silence at the beginning and end of the file. So the one we're looking at on here now, I'm just going to zoom in on it a little bit so you can see it closer. There isn't actually any silence at the beginning. You can see now it's starting to look like a DJ waveform, but right at the very beginning here there isn't actually any silence at all, because I've already topped and tailed this one, so you can see like it starts straight away at the beginning of that track. There's probably a tiny bit, there you go, see that tiny bit of silence there? I can just hit delete and that will disappear. So that's pretty awesome. And so if you've got music files that they've got silence at the beginning, they've got silence at the end, for whatever reason, you can load it into Audacity, quickly snip the beginning and end off and save it out again. Done. So I call that top and tailing. It's just housekeeping. It's just something, how else are you going to do it, right? A wave editor is the way to do things like that. The second thing you can do with a wave editor is adjust the volume of a track. So let's go back to this one that I've got here. So this is a long DJ mix, so any adjustments I do to the volume of this will take a little while, but nonetheless, let's do it. So wave editors have something called Normalize in it, and Normalize will adjust the track to the loudest part. So this is the loudest part of this track that I've highlighted there. You can see it's the loudest part because the waveform is highest there, that little chunk there. So it's going to make that bit as loud as possible and bring everything else up as well. So by going into the Effect section and clicking on Normalize, it's now going to take a little while to do this because it's a big file. So that's going to be doing that in the background now. And when it's finished, we're going to see that that waveform is going to jump to a really big waveform, which means that the track is now a lot louder. And that's indeed as loud as it can be without distorting. And there you go. You see how big that got? Now that is instantly now a nice, punchy, loud piece of music. I'm actually going to reverse that. But that is now as loud as it can be without you distorting it. So if you've got quiet MP3s, quiet tracks, quiet DJ mixes, bang them into a wave editor. And the one I'm recommending is this one, Audacity. It's free. And then you can correct it as quickly as that. So not only can you top and tail your music files, but you can make them nice and loud as well. So that means that you can DJ with them, load them into your decks, and you know they're going to be as loud as everything else. There's lots of reasons why you might want to make your music as loud as possible without it distorting. So the third thing you can do is rip your vinyl into it. So grab yourself a audio device like this little one here. This is the Denon, it's a Denon Serato DVS interface. Any audio interface that lets you plug in your record decks and plug in your computer, you will take your audio directly into Audacity. You can hit record in Audacity because it's got a record button right there in the middle of the screen. There's a big record button. You can hit record and you can record stuff. You can record records, you can rip vinyl, is what I'm talking about here, but you can really record anything into it. But it's a really easy way. If you've got a record, you can't find the MP3 anywhere online, it's a really classic old tune, you want to rip it, get your turntable out, plug it through either your DJ mixer and straight into Audacity or an audio interface, and it will let you record that. And then you can, guess what? Top and tail it, get that volume nice and loud, do all these nice things, throw it out and put it into your DJ software. So it's a great way of ripping music. It's a good way of outputting in different formats. Let's say you've got a WAV file and you want the MP3 of it. Well, in Audacity, you load it up, then you go to export and you can export there as MP3, WAV, or indeed OGG. And so it's a nice way of converting between formats. So for instance, if you wanted to take a massive DJ mix like this one here, this is an hour-long DJ mix I've got here, and it's huge. It's a WAV file, and I wanted to shrink that down to a 192 MP3 to send to someone. Then I can go export as MP3, and I get all the different choices here. I can choose the bitrate I want to export it at, and various other things as well, and export that and get a nice small version of that file really easily. Not easy to do this in any other app. Remember, this is free. This is a free app. So not only can you top and tail, not only can you adjust the volume, not only can you rip from vinyl, but you can output in different formats. You can even, if you've still got a CD burner and you still play CDs, you can chop a mix up and you can put different titles on each section, and you can output all individual tracks, and then you can put those into a CD burner and it will burn it all perfectly. And when you're listening to that CD, the track name will change as you're listening to your mix. I mean, it's amazing what you can do with a program like this. And do I keep telling you this? I think I do. This program's free. I'll show you where to get it from in a minute. And it's called Audacity. Right, so the fifth thing that you can do, and I've actually been using an example of this all the way through this tutorial. The fifth thing you can do, and I think the most useful, certainly the one I use it the most for, is edit your DJ mixes. So you do a DJ mix on your gear, you just got your gear out, you've done your mix, you recorded it, and it's okay. Some of the tracks came in a bit loud, some of the tracks came in a bit quiet, maybe you made a couple of mistakes. It's okay though, you think you've done all right, but it could be improved. Well, you load it into Audacity and you can do all the things that I've been talking about, trim the beginning and end, you can get it nice and loud, you can apply what's called a limiter to it, which will help you to get it sounding even louder without distorting. But more importantly than that, you can make structural edits to it. So for instance, if this bit here was a mistake, well, I can zoom right in and using editing techniques, which I'm going to tell you where you can find out about soon, you can delete it. So let's say this area here, now I'm zooming in right, you can zoom down to the individual beats. You can see these are individual beats. That's the beats, just like in your DJ program. You can take that whole section there, for instance, up to that individual beat, and you can delete it. Or you can move it to another place. So you can structurally edit your mix. Now, I'm not going to start showing you exactly how to do that now for very good reason, not least because we haven't got a few hours. But this kind of program will go deep and let you do that. And by the way, you can even add DJ idents and so on, because you can add another track down here. I've got one track loaded here, but I could add another one underneath. And so I can have multi-tracks playing at once. You can have jingles and stuff. So it's a nice way of what we call post-producing your mixes. So again, you can balance the volume. So let's say that bit there was just too loud. There's nothing wrong with this bit. It was just too loud. Well, I can go into the effects and I can make that a little bit quieter. So if you've mixed tracks in too loud or too quiet, you can correct them there. It's post-production of DJ mixes is what I think it's most useful for. In other words, this is a toolkit. Now, if MP3s, if WAV files, if digital music files are the DJ's tools, and I think we can all agree that they are, right? Then something like Audacity, which is called a wave editor, is a toolkit. It's like knowing how to check the tires, change the water, change the oil, top up the water, change the oil, and do all the basic things on your car, right? You wouldn't really own a car without knowing that stuff. You shouldn't really own digital music files without having Audacity and being able to do some of these basic things I've been talking about. So that is the one piece of DJ software everyone needs. Let me show you where to get it from, and then we'll have a chat. So hello everyone, welcome. Let's have a look at Audacity and where it comes from. So it's from this website here. Go to audacityteam.org and download it. It's for Windows, it's for Linux, it's for Apple. You can get it for all the big platforms, and it's well maintained. It's a nice piece of open source software, and it will let you do all the things I just spoke about. Now, I did talk about some pretty complicated things there. I talked about structurally editing DJ mixes and applying limiters and balancing, and I didn't even go into some of the stuff like how to apply like a gradual fade or a gradual increasing of the bass because you maybe mixed something in with too little bass. And the good thing is that we've got a way of teaching you that, and this is why we're talking about Audacity now, because we've been using it all week with our new students. New students, I hear you say, yep, because we've launched a new DJ course and it went live to the public today. So I'm really pleased to tell you about this. It's called Pro Mixtape Formula, and Pro Mixtape Formula shows you how to make perfect pro sounding DJ mixes fast. It shows you how to mix, take notes about your mixes, use your normal DJ gear, and then edit them using Audacity, and then master your mixes using both free tools like Audacity and paid for tools as well. Now, Pro Mixtape Formula is the way that some of the best-selling DJ mixes of all time were mastered, including some of those huge million-selling Ministry of Sound CDs. And I can tell you that for a fact because guess who mastered them? Your tutor for this course, Steve Canuetto. He was in the Ministry of Sound studios for a decade, making some of the biggest mixtapes ever made. Transnation, Ministry of Sound's The Annual, and many more. And how he learned to do it there is what's shown in this course to you. So if you want to know how to do the best DJ mixes possible that sound as good as anyone else's, you don't want to go back to the beginning every time you make a mistake, and you want to know how to take your rough mixes and turn them into really pumping mastered mixes as good as anything you'll hear anywhere else using a free tool, Audacity, then you need this course. So that's why we're talking about this today. Let me tell you where to get that course from right now. If you're interested in finding out and getting your saving, just go to djtips.co/mixtape. This course has just literally an hour ago gone public. We've launched it privately to our audience over the last week, but it's just gone public, and there's a $100 saving on this course. Well, there's the thing that you can go and buy if you want to learn how to use Audacity to its full potential for editing DJ mixes. But look, it doesn't matter whether you want to do that or not. The point is, this is an app you must have, and the app itself is free. So one more time, head over to audacityteam.org and grab your free copy of Audacity. It's something that you really ought to have. All DJs ought to have a copy of this. Right. Well, that's what I've got for you today, folks. As always, I'd like to just end off by chatting to you about Audacity and about how you edit your mixes, and about our new course. If you've bought our new course and if you're enjoying it, let me know, and I'll hopefully be able to throw your comments on the screen. Let's just have a chat for 10-15 minutes to end off, as we always like to on Tuesday Tips. First, a few very quick hellos. Hello to Mixmaster G, GM, Martin Moore, Dennis, Detroit in the house. Nice to see you, Dennis. Hello to Andre, who's in Trinidad. Hello to Vic and Zach and Kevin. Hello to the Ruckus, who says, let's get it. To Derek, the DJ99. I've not seen you for a little while, my friend. I hope you're well. To Arek, who says, the sun is shining, the birds are singing, and we are back with you. Are they? Is it? Yeah, it's quite a nice day here in Gibraltar. Not that I'd know. Locked in a studio all day. Hi to Housemaster J. Hi to Preacher Man. Techno Beat, good to have you here. Derek, Paul in Milton Keynes. That's where our web team are based, Paul. The sun's got its hat on in Cornwall as well, says Alan. There we go. All the best to the Digital DJ Tips team. So Elbiz says, I figured it might be this app. It really is an amazing free tool, so well done for working that out. Oh look, the first input on our new mixing course. It's from Dennis. I just want to say thank you for the update to the mixtape course. No other company I've bought courses of any kind from has just given me the new version, but Digital DJ Tips did. This is one great reason to be with Digital DJ Tips. Oh, thank you, Dennis. Yeah. So this course was first made 7 years ago, but of course, a lot's changed in 7 years. So we've completely re-recorded it, every second of it from the ground up. So the new Pro Mixtape Formula course we've been talking about, that I've been showing you on the screen here today, is a totally new version of this course. So if you're interested in grabbing it, it's just gone live, $100 savings. So thank you very much for that, Dennis. So DJ Yardflex says, I actually use Audacity to make remixes. Well, there you go. It's amazing what you can do with it. Alton agrees, great tool. Hello to Ian in Devon. Paul says, when I'm recording a set directly on an XDJ RX2, what decibels should you record at before you put it on Audacity? Right, that's a very good question. And let me show you over on the software. So look at this DJ mix here of mine. Look how quiet it is. This is my, look at the left-hand side. You can see it says down the left-hand side, I can't show you with my mouse, but it's got 1, 0.5 and 0. Now these waveforms are not going above 0.5, minus 0.5 decibels. This is a very quiet mix, and that is the key. So you remember when I normalized it, it was, it was huge, wasn't it? Oh, I've just deleted that by mistake, never mind. You remember when I normalized it a bit earlier and showed you the, how big the waveforms got? They were huge, weren't they? The trick is to always record your mixes quiet, because if it's digital, it doesn't matter if it's quiet. You can always make it louder, but you can't get rid of digital distortion. So always record quiet. There's no tape hiss in the background, not like the old days when we used to have hissy tapes and stuff. So always record quiet. I would try and get my mix recorded, well, basically as quietly as, you know, don't go overboard. Don't record it with everything down at 1. But, you know, you don't want it to be going past minus 0.6 or something on your meters. Certainly not out of the green on your DJ controller. Hello to Lou. Hello to John, who just says, thanks, Phil. You're welcome. Hi, Benedict. Pete says, I found Audacity very sensitive when ripping vinyl. You had to adjust the settings quite a bit, otherwise it was distorted. My decks were pretty managed, but it was were knackered, but it was manageable. Yeah, you know, you've got to get it set up right, but it's a wave editor. It'll record what you push into it at the end of the day. Lots of you asking questions which are not related to this. That's cool, but just come back on Thursday for Thursday Q&A live, and we'll answer all those questions for you then. You're very welcome for the tips. Lost Alien Lab. Arek says, I've used Audacity for years now. I was recording live sets in clubs before recorders got cheaper with it. So there we go. Any difference between Audacity and Evermix? Evermix is a audio interface. Evermix is one of these. It's a different shape. I've got an Evermix here. In fact, I haven't. It's not nearby. But anyway, an Evermix is an audio interface, and Evermix's app on your iPhone or your iPad is a recording device. So Audacity can also record, but Audacity lets you do a lot more. It lets you edit the waves. Ray says, I use it for many of my editing needs. Yeah, it's like a Swiss Army knife. You really ought to have it. There are lots of other wave editors. There's Wavelab, which is a famous old one as well. There's also, I think, Wavelab Elements, is it called? A kind of like stripped down version. I think that one might be free too. There are other versions out there, but this is the one that many people use because it's been around for many years. Exactly the same, which is what TechRom just said. Tony says, hi Phil and Steve, I'm totally over the moon with my first ever digital mixtape. It was a long slog, but the outcome is amazing. I'm loving these courses. Thank you once again. I'm so happy. So there's a happy customer of our new course, Pro Mixtape Formula, which has just gone on sale literally today to the general public. That's you watching this, and you save $100 on it only if you buy it in the next few days as a launch offer. So if you want to have a look at this course, go to djtips.co/mixtape now, and you'll go to that page that I just showed you. You can watch a short video of me explaining all about it. But basically, it lets you make mixtapes using the gear you've already got, not using anything different. Just get whatever your gear is, get it out, hit record, make your mixtape, and then I'll show you how to edit that mixtape, tidy it up, and make it sound as good as anyone's afterwards using Audacity, which is what we've been talking about today. So this is a beautifully set up stream, says Bye Jay. Oh, thank you very much. We have been doing this for a little while. It doesn't mean we don't make mess ups left, right, and centre, but there we go. We're learning slowly. I've downloaded Audacity, says someone on Facebook, but I got lost pretty quickly. Well, we've already told you what you can do about that. Grab the course, and we'll teach you how to use it properly. Jack says, I've got Ableton Ableton 10 and I still fall back to Audacity for a lot of day-to-day stuff. So there we go. It's just one of those things. It's one of those tools that you know, if you're anything like me, I'm no graphic designer, but sometimes I have to do little graphic design jobs. I just use the preview app on the Mac. And I can do everything with that app. I mean, not everything, obviously, but there's so much you can do with basic tools, right? And this is another example. Audacity is one of those basic tools that you can use for so many things as a DJ. So Duncan says, thank you for your continued enthusiasm. Have you heard of RX8 Music Rebalance? It's great for making DIY acapellas. So we're going a bit further now into programs like Isotopes, RX8. It is indeed. In fact, we talked about acapellas. Was it last week? Was it the week before? We've talked about them recently anyway. So yeah, it's a great piece of software for making acapellas. My team is sharing you over on Twitch and everywhere else now. That link again, if you've missed it, to find out more about this course. Can you use it on Chromebook? No, you can't. There probably is an in-app Chromebook version of a wave editor you can get, but I don't know what one that would be. DJ Yardflex, Finley, I've got over 400 remixes made using Audacity. So there we go. Thanks, Phil, for motivating us beginners. You're very welcome. The website says $100 of instead of $100 off. Wow, thank you for that. We'll have to go get that corrected. We have literally been working very, very hard today to get all this live. So tell me where on the website it says that. It doesn't say it on that bit, but we'll go take a look. We'll go take a look at that and find out where it says that, and we will change it. Thank you very much for alerting us to that. In fact, I'm going to tell the team now. Website says $100 of, not off. There you go. They will go and correct that. Well, that's not so bad. A little bit earlier, before we went live, when we were just checking everything, it said 100% off. So 100% off would be a little bit desperate, wouldn't it? So yeah, it's literally just gone live this. So we have been working very hard. So there will be the odd niggles. The mixtape course is great, says Benedict. I would recommend it to anybody. Thank you for that, Benedict. And Martin says, I've got the new course. I'm really enjoying it. And the help from Steve is great. Yeah, so I didn't want this to be really all about this course. But look, one of the things we've got in this course is you can upload your mixtape when you've done all the stuff we tell you. And we'll tell you whether it's technically perfect. We won't start judging your music or your mixing, but we'll tell you whether you've got the mastering right, the limiting right, the volume right, the editing right, and so on, and got it all sounding how it should be. So it's not just a course, it's us helping you. So if you're not confident about whether you've done it right, no problem, we'll check it for you. So one or two more. Audacity works great for vinyl conversion. There we go. There's some confirming of that from Four Aunts Tees. I bought the course last week. I'm looking forward to getting with it, says Phil. So there we go. You're one of our lucky members who got it an even bigger saving than the current $100. But hey, $100 is a pretty big saving on this course. It's just $197 now instead of $297 in a few days' time. So do go get it now if you want it. Don't wait. Hello to Main Event in Trinidad. Is the DDJ 400 good for beginners, says Fat Kid. I don't normally answer these questions that are not to do with the topic, but yes, it's a great beginner controller. There you go. You slip one through the net there. Hello to Brian. Great to see you live. Thanks for what you do. You're very welcome, Brian. I use Rekordbox to record vinyl, and then I edit it in Audacity. That's great. Yeah, you can use Rekordbox or anything to record it. Doesn't matter. You can still edit in Audacity wherever you recorded stuff. Are there any paid softwares that do a better job than Audacity, or is it free and still the best? Well, I honestly think you can do pretty much everything in Audacity you would ever need to. There probably are. I mean, Wavelab probably has got stuff that's better, but I'll be completely honest with you, and I'm totally fessing up to you here. I've not used anything other than Audacity for over a decade, so I wouldn't know. But certainly for what DJs need to do, it's got everything that you need. Offside Logic. I tried to buy your mixtape course last night, but once I got to the checkout, it kept saying the form was incomplete and wouldn't let me complete the purchase. So listen, fire an email off to info@digitaldjtips.com and they will talk you through it, sort you out, make sure you get that purchase finished. I'm sorry you had those problems there. I've already been using Audacity to edit my vinyl rips. I've just bought the mixtape course as well, says Nick, and I'm looking forward to it. By the way, if you've just joined us and you wonder what the hell we're talking about, we've just literally, in the last hour, which is why I've talked about it a bit, gone public with our brand new course. It's called Pro Mixtape Formula, and it teaches you how to make great pro sounding mixtapes fast, every time, without having to go back to the beginning if you go wrong. How is that possible? Well, we show you how in this course. So if you're interested in finding out about it, there's the link, djtips.co/mixtape. $100 off, but only for a short time. So one or two more. Caliente TV 210. Phil, you're very professional. I'm very grateful for the knowledge. Thank you from DJ Caliente in Texas. So you're very welcome. Dennis says another good tool for DJs would be VLC. It will play anything, including some stuff Audacity wouldn't play, and allow you to switch formats. I totally agree. VLC is a great little app to have knocking around. I've had it on all my computers for all time. Great for video as well. Obviously, that's one of the things it's made for. But thank you for that tip, Dennis. You're completely right there. Sarah says, I use Audacity to record audio as you live stream. Once your stream's done, you can use that recording as a mixtape to upload to Mixcloud with the track list, and artists then get paid as well. Well, I love your sentiment there, that's true. But guess what? You can do all the things we've been talking about. Top and tail it, make it nice and loud, apply other stuff to it, level it off and make it smooth, and really master it properly so that when you output that mixtape, it sounds awesome. And one or two more. Mick says, thanks Phil, helping us old DJs trying to make a comeback. Cheers from Sweden. It's like you never went away, Mickey. It's like you never went away, my friend. And Lost Alien Lab says, I didn't know that recording sets in low volume was a good idea. This I see when I record in my Denon DJ Prime 4 and then I normalise using Audacity. Yep, the Prime 4 hasn't got its own record level on it, so it just records it at a naturally low volume, and you're meant to know that, and you're meant to make it nice and loud afterwards. Nick says, I use Audacity to record record box mixes from my laptop when I can't use my controller. Right, listen people, if you've enjoyed this today, please pass it forward. Please do hit share, please do hit like, please do hit follow, so we can tell you when we go live again with more things like this. But more to the point, let me give you those two links that you need again. If you want to grab Audacity, head over to audacityteam.org and you can get this piece of software for free. And if you want to get our mixtape course with a $100 saving, djtips.co/mixtape. This course has just this second gone live, or certainly within the last hour has gone live. And if you go to there, djtips.co/mixtape, it will take you to this page here where I will talk you through the course. It will let you make pro sounding DJ mixtapes fast every time using your existing DJ gear. You don't have to mix on anything else. Whatever it is you currently mix on, you can use that, even a lowly 200 all the way up to the main gear. It doesn't matter. No one will ever know what you've used to do your mix, because afterwards I'll show you how to use Audacity to make that mix nice and loud with the help of Steve. Sorry Steve, I'm completely cutting you out of this. Steve's actually the one doing the heavy lifting in this course, because Steve, my business partner, was the person who used to work at Ministry of Sound in their studio for 10 years, producing millions selling CDs using this exact method, which we've updated totally for 2021, and that's what the all-new Pro Mixtape Formula teaches you. Right, people, we're done. Thank you very much for joining us. One or two hellos to the people over on Mixcloud, who I always forget because you don't come through to our main system. Come on, Mixcloud, sort it out, people. So hello to Orton and DJ Reno and Mike Marquez, who's over there today, brother named Sherm, to Garth, to Peter and everyone else. I'm sorry I didn't get to your comments, but I can see you're all helping each other out over there, which is great. Now, people, get good, get out there, make the moments. I'll see you on Thursday at the same time for another live show, and I'll see you on Sunday, half an hour from now. Look at your watch, come back half an hour from now, everywhere other than Facebook, for me mixing out on the balcony, playing another hour of chilled out house. So see you in one of those shows. Meanwhile, do take a look at that course if you want to learn how to make mixtapes like the pros. Till next time then, bye-bye everyone. Oh look, there's me on Mixcloud. What a wonderful way to end. See you later, folks.